Hey guys, it's Mega, and today we have a historic switch from Akko, because this is Akko's first ever silent tactile switch. But of course, it's not the first ever silent tactile switch, since there has been a lot of other silent switches. One of the most popular ones are the Gazoo Boba U4s, or even the semi-silent tactile switch, which are the Gazoo U4TX, which I've reviewed previously. But let's not forget about the Xylent switches from back in the day, which honestly are still one of the most tactile switches I've ever tried, and some of the most expensive ones too, if I may add.
What's a yeet?
Yeet!
And on the other side of the spectrum, we have the Silent Grays by Otemu, which are basically the same price range as the Penguins. So how do they compare? Let's find out. First, a disclaimer. Akko sent these switches over for an honest and unbiased review. And that's what I intend to do. So let's get on it, shall we? First thoughts with these switches are the housings look just like that of the Akko Piano Pros. The white tops and the black bottoms. Just with the silent tactile stem, which you can really feel. That particularly smooth actuation, which I'm not sure if it helps the switch or not. But let's open it up and talk about it. The housings are made out of PA on the top and on the bottom, which are the materials meant to be clacky as seen in my review of the Akko V3 Pro pianos, linked up there. I guess Akko wants it to still make a bit of sound, or maybe a way for Akko to just use the same molds for multiple switches to cut costs, which is a great thing because we all know Akko for being budget friendly. And of course, that returns to us consumers to a certain extent. As for the spring, it has a 43-gram actuation force on a 16mm spring, which if you've seen my videos, I favor a heavier spring over the sub 50-gram switches. Although the great Gazoo himself said that you'll feel tactility better with lighter springs. But yeah, lighter springs are always recommended for newcomers, but I wish they release something a bit heavier as well. For the stem, it has a moderate tactility, a bit more compared to Akko Lavender Purple V3 Pro, but it's silent. It just has a total travel of 3.5mm and a pre-travel of 2.0mm. Squishiness of the stem is definitely there. Compared to the fairy switches, it's a bit less of a squish. It could be because of the tactility of it, distracts you from bottoming out the switch.
A fish! A fish!
Unlike for linears, where the bottom out is your only feedback. I think these are great switches for the price. And finally, an Akko alternative to that of the Otemu Silent Grays, which were getting harder and harder to get a hold of. And this is just a welcome alternative to them, because compared to the Otemu Silent Grays, which in my opinion have a less tactile bump, much like the browns, and they are from an older era of switches.
Hey there, young people!
It was just basically filling the gap for budget silent tactile switches. Speaking of prices, the Akko Penguin Switches will be $13.99 for 45 pieces and $15.40 or $1,540 for 90 pieces on Shopee Philippines. I will leave you guys with a sound test of different levels of gain from my mic of the Penguin Switches on my Tiger 80 Lite with the white on black cat keycaps. Anyway, thank you guys for watching and see you in the next one.